going on, everyone? So, a little while ago, I did a video breaking down Armel Traore. He was the two-way signing, and I made a real, in-depth video on my thoughts and opinions on what he could be. And I talked about how I'm, higher on him than, anybody else that the Lakers got. Look, Blake Hinson has really shown the ability to be that three-point sniper and just knock down the three ball. I've been very impressed with him. I think he's a guy that really has potential to be a real rotation piece for the Lakers. Dalton Connect, I know he's had his struggles so far in these first two games, but you've seen everything that you want to see from him. It's just his shot hasn't started falling. Once that falls, I think he'll be in great shape, and that'll come with the reps. Right, he's going to get to play and finish out the California Classic, and then that's going to bleed into Las Vegas Summer League, and then he'll get into training camp, and then preseason, and then regular season. I think he'll be fine. But you've seen with him his ability to, create space and get his shot off, blow past the defender, pull up in the mid-range, get to the basket, finish through contact, right? All of these things, disrupt passing lanes. His passing has also been very impressive, but those are the two guys that I really think are real rotation pieces, even if not this year, I think in the next year or so minimum. And then you got the two upside guys, and Bronny James, who the Lakers are going to grow and develop. I know people like to talk their talk about Bronny James, but not everybody has to be a superstar, right? It's okay to have guys that just do the dirty work, play defense, work hard, or hard-nosed. Look at how valuable guys like Drew Holiday and Derek White are, right? If he can become half of that, if he could become, a more athletic Gabe Vincent, that'd be fine. Just a legit 3-and-D level point guard. That would be perfect. But I also talked about Traore, who he's a guy that, 6'8", 6'9", he's got a 7'3" wingspan, and he was the guy that I believe has by far the most upside. And this could potentially be a guy that could be a big player for the Lakers. I'm not necessarily saying that he's going to be a superstar or anything like that, but could be a very nice, really starting level talent. And he has been incredibly impressive so far in this summer league. The beauty of him is his size and his length and his ability to essentially play the 3 through 5, right? Obviously, he's undersized as a 5, and I think in the NBA, he probably won't play the 5 much. But his versatility on the defensive side is what's so important. He has shown the ability to defend and stay in front of essentially 1 through 5. Now, is he still a little raw and still need, development? Yeah, but he's 21 years old. Lakers brought him in to be a development guy. But you have seen, you can make an argument he's been the best Lakers so far in Summer League. He's rebounding the basketball, he's making plays, he's hustling, he's doing the dirty work, he's playing defense. The guy's doing everything you could ask for. And, he's even stepping out and knocking down the three ball. Now, he, again, needs to work on those things. He needs to develop a better three-point shot, get more consistent in that regard. But I think, at worst, I think he could be, our starting 3-and-D guy. I think he could potentially be Jared Vanderbilt with a better shot, right? And I'm not saying necessarily as elite defensively as Jared, because Jared Vanderbilt's he's next level on the defensive side. But in the sense of his versatility, his energy, his motor, his effort, right? How much ground Jared Vanderbilt covers, how much energy and effort he puts in to whatever assignment he has. And if Traore can do that and really lock in, again, you got to keep in mind this is Summer League, right? Nothing's organized, everything's chaotic, right? Once he actually gets into some structured, real basketball, and he actually gets to play behind defensive schemes and stuff, I'm really excited to see what does he look like. Now, I don't think he's going to play at all, if maybe a couple moments in games here and there this season. But he's a guy that I just think can potentially cover so much ground, right? And if he can continue to work and develop on that three-point shot and get that consistent enough, and then have the ability to run the floor, have the ability to disrupt passing lanes, have the ability to defend 1 through 5. This is a guy that could really be a signature piece for the Lakers. Again, not saying he has to be a superstar. I'm not saying he's going to develop into Giannis or anything like that. Obviously, I mean, at 21, he has a lot of upside and potential. You never really know, right? Nobody looks like a star year one out the gate unless you're like LeBron and Wemby, right? But for him, I don't necessarily need that right now. I just wanted, when he was getting into Summer League, I wanted to see him do all the things that he's done. I wanted to see him be that high energy, be that high motor. I wanted to see him be able to finish through contact. Wanted to see him be able to step out and knock down the three-point shot. Wanted to see him be able to make plays out of the post or out on the perimeter. Wanted to see him be able to defend out on the perimeter and then switch to a big man, which he did. And he's done it consistently. Literally everything that I've wanted to see with Traore, he's done it all. And he's just been very impressive in that regard. He's been very consistent in that regard. And he's a guy that I think has look, the Lakers have a very good track record of finding those diamonds in a rough, right? They have a very good track record of getting these second round picks, these undrafted guys. And, I think Traore may end up being another one of those guys. Blake Hinson, I definitely think will too, but he's already 24, right? He's closer to his ceiling than his floor. And to me, I think Traore probably be like a bigger Buddy, or not Traore, Hinson. I think Hinson will probably be like a bigger Buddy Hield, where he's kind of like, he basically is like your 3-point specialist, right? But I think that he could potentially be better in that regard, in the sense of like, he's a guy that with his size and his physicality, I do think could defend. I also think he's probably best slotted at the 4, right? And kind of be your big, burly, just low post guy that's just defending the bigger guys and using his lower center of gravity to his advantage, knocking down the 3 ball on the offensive side. But Traore is the guy, like, we may have found our new Vando and Rui, which I think is funny because there's a lot of talks about the Lakers potentially trading those two to go and get like a Jeremy Grant or something. So it'd be kind of funny if we got like that. And both of these guys are younger, right? Traore's 3 years younger than Vando, and Henson is 2 years younger than 2 years younger than Rui Hachimura. So point is that I'm really impressed with what we're seeing from him. I think he's still very raw, and you see that, but he's having this real impact, even though he is so raw, even though he is so just like, he's just playing, right? It's not really structured yet. He doesn't really have a good feel or grasp yet. Once he actually gets under the Lakers banner as far as like training goes, and he gets molded and shaped, and in the next year or two, I think he's a guy that once he really understands the game at an NBA scale and level, I think this is a guy that could be special for the Lakers. Like, I think this is a guy that, sky's the limit for him. I think that they really found a nice piece. And it's not just because, I was talking about him this way before we even went to Summer League. A lot of people are coming around and going, man, yeah, he's really good. Yeah, again, I have the video on this channel, so you can go back and watch it if you wanted to and see how much I hyped this guy up. And I'm glad that he's been impressive. Him and Blake Hinson are the two guys that I think I hyped up the most. I was really excited for Connect, but I also think it's because, Connect was drafted 17. So there is this level of hype, and there is this level of natural, like, oh, he should be good, where they're undrafted guys. No one really expects much from them. You're kind of hoping that, like, oh, maybe there'll be something. And so I think that's part of the reasons why I hyped up Blake Hinson and Traore so much. But I'm glad that they're making me look good. I'll say that. I'm glad that those two have balled out so far, and they've been arguably our 2 best players in Summer League so far. And so I hope that keeps up. Again, it's only been 2 games in Summer League, but I think you'll start seeing guys come around more, and I'm excited for Traore. But what do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like what you've seen from him? Do you think, like, yeah, he looks like he's potentially going to be great? Do you think no? Like, where do you rank him? Again, when I say Jared Vanderbilt, I'm just trying to I know all Laker fans know who Jared Vanderbilt is, right? I'm trying to give you a comparison that maybe makes sense. And the reason I think, and I look at maybe Jared Vanderbilt, is because not so much the elite level defense that Vando does, but just more so in the sense of like his ability to defend and be all over the court and be so versatile on the defensive side. And I think Traore will be a better offensive player than Vando. But again, time will tell. Let me know how you feel down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.